I've got the Old Navy tank top, cool sunglasses, lemonade, even a bendy straw. The only things I need to complete the summer vibes is a lei and one of those little paper umbrellas for my drink. Hello everyone, my name is Natalie and welcome to my channel. It's June, it's officially summer, the perfect time to catch up on your reading goals since you're out of school, and what better way to do that than with a readathon. Today I will be sharing my TBR list for the Summerathon. It is June 21st through the 27th and it's being hosted by a ton of great bookstagrammers and booktubers. I'm gonna read from my list here. Melanie from Mel to the Innie, Heather from Bookables, Amy from A Court of Crown and Quills, Jen from Pinot and Pages 247, and Amy from Amy Reads. I will have the original announcement video as well as all their YouTube channels and Instagram accounts and the Summerathon Instagram accounts linked below in the description box. Feel free to check them out. There are 6 different challenges to the Summerathon. They're all designed to be kind of vague and flexible because the whole point of it is to have fun. And it's all about fun, light, summery books. Characteristics you would typically associate with so-called beach read. Now, I personally am horrible at picking out these kinds of books. I've literally brought a Ruta Sepetys book on a family beach vacation. But for the Summerathon, I thought I'd stretch my wings and challenge myself to read outside my comfort zone. The first Summerathon challenge is a beachy read. For this, I am choosing To All the Boys I've Loved Before by Jenny Han. This book is probably the epitome of teen romances, aka very outside my normal reading realm, but also very perfect for summer. In To All the Boys I've Loved Before, Lara Jean has written letters to all of her crushes, but she's never sent them until one day they are suddenly mailed out without her consent, and her life kind of goes spiraling out of control. My sister loves this series and she made me watch the Netflix movie when it came out and I ended up loving it, but I've still never read the books. I had kind of been tinkering with the idea of reading them this year and thought Summerathon offered the perfect opportunity. I know the book and movie are a bit different, but I'm still hoping I enjoy the book. The next challenge is Sunrise Colors, and for this I am choosing Where the Crawdads Sing by Delia Owens, because it's got this pretty orangey pink gradient cover that reminds me of a sunrise. I don't know much about this book actually, just that it's about this girl who lives on her own in the marshes of North Carolina. She's kind of ostracized by the town folk, and I also know that involves kind of a love triangle and a murder trial years down the road. I've heard really good things about it. It's been recommended to me so many times this year. Plus, my library branch finally has it. I don't usually pick up books just based on a recommendation. I usually like to know more about the book and see if it really intrigues me. Like most of us, I read a few pages in the bookstore when I'm browsing, see if it's something I might really like, kind of feel it out, but I'm not doing that with this book. I am just going for it. Combined with having heard that some people really don't like the writing style, I am a little nervous going into it. But what's the worst that could happen? If I don't like it, I can just return it to the library and move on to another book. Challenge number 3 is a book that involves traveling, a road trip, or vacation. And my pick for this challenge is A Midsummer Night's Dream by William Shakespeare. I know, probably not the first book you think of when it comes to a summer reading challenge, but it does fit the criteria. The 4 main characters also form the 2 main couples in this story are forbidden from being together, so they decide one night to run off into the woods to elope. They end up being caught in the middle of this big fight between Oberon and Titania, who are the rulers of the magical creatures in the forest. This is the only book on my Summerathon TBR that I've also pulled from the TBR I've kind of formed for the 2019 year. With the Summerathon, I am reading books I don't typically read. I have recently realized that as much as we consider Shakespeare this huge staple and part of the literary canon when it comes to high school reading, I only read 2 Shakespeare plays when I was in high school. We read Hamlet and King Lear. Anyway, I got a copy of it from Second & Charles. It's one of my best friend's favorite Shakespeare plays, and I also thought, it's called A Midsummer Night's Dream, what better time to read it than in the summer? The 4th challenge is to read a book set in summer. And for this, I'm choosing Beautiful Day by Ellen Hildebrand. 2 families gather at Nantucket Island one summer for a wedding that will unite them. The bride's mother has died, I believe, from cancer, and she has left a notebook filled with instructions for her daughter's wedding. So they are following these plans to a T. Everything should be perfect, but in reality, everyone involved, their lives are crumbling down around them the closer they get to the wedding date. It's all about family, love, marriage, commitment. It's just one of those feel-good books that also tugs at your heartstrings a bit. This is another book my sister loves. It's pretty much a tradition at this point for her to read it when we go on our family beach vacation. She's also managed to get our mom to read it, and she loves it too. I'm the only one who hasn't read it, and I don't know why. I've just never picked it up. So I thought Summerathon would provide the perfect opportunity and motivation to do exactly that. The next Summerathon challenge is a book with food on the cover, and for this I will be reading Love and Gelato by Jenna Evans Welch. One of the editions has gelato on the cover. I don't know if that's the copy my library has, but at the very least it has gelato in the title, which is on the cover, so it counts. In this book, Lena is spending her summer in Tuscany because it was her mother's dying wish for her to get to know her father, who Lena resents for pretty much abandoning her and her mother for 16 years. And she doesn't really want him to be part of her life. Things change when she finds her mother's old journal and decides to embark on a trip following in her mother's footsteps. She is swept off into an adventure filled with art, food, family secrets, and of course a bit of summer romance. I heard a lot about this book when it first came out a few years ago. I was kind of interested, but again, I don't really read these kinds of books, so I just never read it. What changed my mind is that I've recently heard that there's a huge focus on the mother-daughter relationship and just family in general, and the romance doesn't overshadow that aspect too much. So I thought I'd go for it. This book actually completes multiple challenges. Not only does it have food on the cover, but it's also set in summer, involves traveling, and could possibly count as a beach read. I am trying to read as many books as possible for the Summerathon, but if all else fails and I end up not having that much time to read that week for whatever reason, I can always read Love and Gelato and knock out a bunch of challenges at once. The last challenge for the Summerathon, and the easiest to complete, is to drink your favorite summer drink while reading. When I think of summer, I think of lemonade. We pretty much always have lemonade in our fridge throughout the summer, whether it's homemade or made from the Crystal Light mix and the little packet. It's the most convenient choice for me, but also, who doesn't love lemonade? I'm not really into ASMR. I don't know why I'm doing it. I just thought it would be fun. That is all for today's video. If you are participating in Summerathon, what are some of the books you're reading? And if not, what are books that you'd like to get to during the month of June? I also think I will be doing a vlog for Summerathon, so keep an eye out for that. Thank you so much for watching my video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to like it and subscribe to my channel, and also remember to click the notification bell to get updates about my most recent videos. Have a wonderful rest of your day, keep reading, and I will see you next time here on the Mighty Quill.